Welcome. Today I'm going to work on something called silk reeling. Share that with you. It's good for anyone that wants better health, better connection, for how they move, the whole body together, more energy, better balance. It's kind of a Tai Chi thing, but anybody can do it. And it's just any continuous movement. So that repeats over and over again. So it's like if there's things called Tai Chi forms, this is like a little piece of a form where you can keep going. Just do the same movement. Maybe it's like a circle like this, right? So I move my whole body to make a circle, and I move from my center. So it's that kind of thing. That's what we're going to be working on today. So two of the main things to focus on here in doing silk reeling movements are connection and imagery. So what do I mean by connection? If I come back to that same movement, I'm not moving my hand or just my elbow out or my shoulder out. It's like all of me moves together to make that circle. So we're focused on connection. Connection, so it's all of me moving together. The other thing, when I talk about imagery, it's as if I'm like standing in a big vat of molasses that's thick. So it's not like I'm just swinging through the air. It's like I'm pushing my way through it. So I'm imagining that. So just kind of stick with that. And as I'm doing this, as with my other lessons, I'm kind of hanging from the top of my head here. So I'm not doing this. I'm not doing a lot of back and forth here. It's like most of these, I got a center post through me that I'm going around that. And I breathe the whole time. I'm not holding my breath, or I'm trying not to hold my breath in any particular place. I'm just letting it flow naturally. So, okay, so we're ready to start. What I'm giving you today there's many, many, many silk reeling movements. And I'm just giving you a few of the ones that are simpler, but still have a lot of power and connection, and anybody can do them. Okay, the first movement I'm going to start with here is I call it the potter's wheel. It's like you've maybe seen like a potter with this big grinding wheel. It's like a, I don't know, Fred Flintstone like wheel that's on its side. So it's like I'm pushing and pulling. I'm turning the wheel. And notice again, I'm kind of like spread out here, thinking my hips to my knees to my feet. I'm not like this or like that. I'm connected to the ground, as in all my other videos. So it's like a push and pull. It's more of like a 45 compared to this leg here, and I'll turn in a second. So this is facing, the camera facing that direction. And then if I want to do it like this, same thing. And these are kind of the beginning. Can go into a two-person drill with a partner. But for now, we have to learn just by yourself. Look, just, it's like I'm pushing it, it's heavy, I'm pulling it, it's heavy. I'm watching out here, I'm not doing this. Just like that. Very simple. You can do it, either hand. Into the camera. And I'm kind of thinking long. I'm not thinking just to the end of my hand here. I'm thinking much further out. Okay. This next movement, I've done a whole video on it. It's just basically opening and closing. Again, your head's hanging from kind of the back here, back of your hair. So this, your lower back can relax. And it's just open, close. Again, it's like you're in a big vat of molasses. And when I open, my feet are twisting outwards. My knees, there's pressure on my feet. They're not like sliding on the ground. But that's the pressure in my shoes. My quad opens. My chest opens this way and this way. So it's like I'm throwing my arms up in the air. And then I push down through the molasses. And I think of like I'm cutting through myself. There's a line going down through me. That activates my chi. This is a very powerful, all-in-one kind of lesson. But it fits in with silk reeling, so I thought I would include it here. It's almost like I'm a balloon blowing up and deflating. Okay, this next silk reeling movement is similar to the one I just did, the open and close like this, but this one is just up and down. So it's the opening and closing is more subtle, and basically it's just like I'm inflating like a balloon, up, and then deflating, down. It's like I'm pushing against something with my wrists here, and then somebody's like holding my hands up, preventing me from going down when I come down, just a little bit. So it's like that image in my mind. They're still opening and closing. Here I'm closing this way, and a little bit this way, not quite as much of the circular this way. It's more up and down than sideways. It's very important. This is in Tai Chi. This is on the on power. It's like AN on. It's like the down power, and PENG is like a balloon expanding. Notice that my tailbone sinks first, then my shoulders, then my elbows, wrists, and fingers. So it's not this. It's inhale, exhale. All of these movements I could spend a lot more time on, but we're just getting a few in here in one video. So if I grab somebody, or if I'm doing push hands with somebody and I touch them, I'm not pushing down or pulling down with them with my arms, it's like all of me is sinking at the same time, or all of me is expanding at the same time if I'm coming forward. Okay, the same movement, just give you a side view. So, same thing. It's almost like I wind up, right? It's like I wind up a little bit, like a baseball pitcher winding up for my pitch. And this next move is a single hand circle. We already talked about this. So the idea is I'm moving, I'm connected to the ground, I'm opening and closing my quad, I'm turning with my waist. And that manifests itself by my arm and hand turning. So I'm all connected together. From a little bit side view. So I'm all in unison. All of me isn't moving the same amount, but all of me is always moving as part of the movement, participating somehow. Okay, we just did single hand movement, single hand circles, and again with the single hand, it's like I'm making a circle here, like this. Now we can also do the double hand circles, like this. A little bit different, but similar. So each arm takes its turn, making this type of circle, and this one, and they flow together. But everything else is the same in terms of I'm moving from my center. This is also called cloud hands, or it could be cloud hands in the Tai Chi lingo. Have your shoulders be as relaxed as possible. My hands are like little fishies, right? They just follow. It's like I'm in a flow. I wouldn't go like that because I'm flowing with this. This next movement is a little bit smaller, which makes it takes a little longer to get the feeling. It's like easier to make a big movement than make a very small movement and still stay connected. So here, it's like you're playing with the connection of your pelvis, making a circle, and your hand making a circle. So I want to start slow, and then I can speed up. We'll just go slowly. It's like I'm making a circle from my inside to my outside. Wrist is soft, fingers are relaxed, and like this. Sideways shot. So my back is almost always a little bit lengthened here in the lower back. Okay. This next movement, exploration, is, I call it like fishing nets. Or it's like I'm on a fishing boat, I grab the net, and I pull it in from the water, and then I throw it up on the deck, then I turn, grab another net, pull it in, throw it up. So it's kind of, I'm squeezing, it's like I'm pressing down on a big spring and then turning and pulling. So I need to use my waist to pull it, and then it expands here, and then I turn again, and I've got something I'm pulling this way. This is the on power we talked about previously. This is PENG power, and then turning. Feels nice, it's fun. And again, I'm a little bit what they call a horse stance, so I'm not doing it like this. It's too, there's no room to move for my pelvis. If I do this, then I've got room to turn. So I think you're getting the idea. All these movements are related to the lower back and the pelvis moving. Push down, turn, thumbs up, turn, push down, like that. And of course you can go in the other direction. And I'll finish it off with one of those. Okay, and the last movement I'm going to share here for silk reeling on this video is two-hand circles. So, but it's going to be in a diagonal. So this is really where you kind of see the pulling silk hand to hand, like this, only it's a circle, right? And then closing. Open, close. All of me is closing here, and all of me is opening. Both sides of my quad are opening, both sides are closing. Pulling silk, like this. Still and hanging from my head, my tail's a little bit tucked. And I'm pushing with this leg here, stretching the silk. And I'm compressing. And I can do the other way. I like to put a little kind of circle in here. Just a little bit of up and down. My arms are twisting, so my shoulders are doing this. Okay, so that concludes the lesson for today, how many silk reeling movements I can fit into one video without getting too long here. But as you can see, it's all about connection. Staying young is about connection. Connecting yourself to everything you do, every movement. And these movements also build energy. If done with that imagery of moving through something like the molasses we talked about. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.